amazing previous segment along with Miss Shari, our health and wellness specialist, and she got us some nice drinks. Here I'm still drinking some of that isotonic. So if you are interested in tasting some of this, definitely get to my webpage, link with me, www.tinyd.com. And we can definitely probably have her come and talk about great food and nutrition. Now, I want to make sure that you're aware that this show is going to have a little bit of everything. And now we're going to talk about something more serious, something that's very important for everybody, and it's actually insurance. You're going to talk about insurance. And for that, I am so happy that I was able to bring a very renowned, successful woman who is very empowering, and I am so glad that she was able to make it to our show today. I want to welcome the owner of Insurance Professionals of America and Insurance for Seniors, Ms. Angela Harris.
Thank you.
Angela like an angel. Angela like an angel. I was so happy to meet you. I want to definitely thank as well. We can't leave out Carol, who's somewhere in the back there. If we can get her. She's in the back, and she was like, I need you. Woohoo! There you go. I'm so happy that she was like, you know what, Tanny? We need to meet Angela. And we got, you opened your doors to us, we met your family, and I got to see what you do in person. This woman works miracles for the people in the community, especially our veterans.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for everything.
Tell us about yourself. How did you start it?
Well, let's see. I've been in this industry for nearly 30 years, and that's I just realized this, it just dawned on me the older I'm getting. But I started out, and I think I was 20. I just was waiting tables, and I was a maid, and some people I waited on liked my personality and offered me the opportunity to get into the industry. So I pursued it and ended up with some really wonderful mentors, and one of my still dearest friends named Benny, and he's still my dear friend and mentor. He helped me get started in the debit route industry side of this, where we used to go out and collect insurance premiums from people's homes, and it wasn't always the safest of neighborhoods, but it kind of makes you, breaks you as an agent. And then I went on to better things. I opened up a life insurance agency, and then I have these two, so this is my third insurance agency. And it's all about finding your way and helping people learn what I didn't have someone teaching me.
Wow, that's good. And I'm glad that, you started, like you said, from the bottom. Customers are important, not customers, patients are important for you. Clients are important for you. And I know that when I went to your house, you were working with somebody who was, I believe, probably an elderly person. Mm-hmm. Tell us what you can do for them, because I know that some of us say, well, I have an insurance already, or my insurance is not good enough, or it's not enough, or I have Medicare, or if I have Medicaid. What do you do? Carry us through that process, because definitely it's sometimes might seem complicated for a lot, but I know for you it's like a piece of cake, right?
Yeah, for the most part. There's always continuing education and keeping up on top of everything. I'm a broker, so I deal with the top carriers that I choose in the industry, and I watch and I check them out. So who I represent to my clients are going to pay their claims. They're going to be reputable. None of this thing, some of the bad things that you hear about, that's not happening. Between my husband and I, he owns an agency as well, and he's a stockbroker, but he's also one of my agents. And that is nice, because we get to work a lot together, and we've pulled in a lot of other agents that I always tell them, do what you like to do, because you're going to be good at it. And that's how I was raised by my father. So whatever you feel you're good at and you like, you're going to get better at and become great, and the money will follow. So I take that same approach with the people that I'm helping build their careers and learn things that I learned the hard way. Having said that, we deal with everything except for auto and homeowners, because I'd really have to sit behind a desk all day, and I don't want to do that. That's not my personality. So we tend to specialize with all the agencies in Medicare. But having said that, we do a lot of life insurance, home care plans, long-term care, dental, vision, prescription drug, and so on and so forth. The agents that I take on to bring onto our team, the level of compassion is super important. And, you can't teach that. You're born with it or you don't.
Yes.
So that's key. And the ability and the desire to serve others is very important, because the people that we help the most are the people that need us when they need us, not just at enrollment. So my agents and our family always are there throughout the year. And every year that comes around, whatever type of plan they have, we encourage them to keep in touch with us. If something drastic is changing, like if someone gets sick and has a super expensive medication, we want to know about that so we can strategize with them. And during annual enrollment period for Medicare, which is October 15th to December 7th, that's a time where everyone can switch plans if they have to, need to, feel they want to, for whatever the reasons are. So we take all that work out of it, so we do all that for them. We just automatically say, we're going to get back with you, and we're going to take care of letting you know if there's something better for you or not.
So, remember the day that I was by you and you had to take that call, right? Mm-hmm. I remember that was that person, for example, that you had to work with. Did that person have an insurance? And if they had an insurance, I know that you were trying to ask them a few questions as well.
Yeah.
You try to probe them to see if there's something missing, right?
A qualification. I always qualify everybody, and I never assume, because there's a lot of people that are on disability that are just coming on to parts A and B for Medicare. And there's a lot of people that might have just A and B and not be aware that they can get Part C, which covers the 20% of what straight Medicare doesn't. And they might just have Part D. D is your drug plan or prescription drug coverage. So everybody's different. I'll often be with a married couple, and the wife's needs are completely different than the husband's. And if I'm dealing with a Medicare supplement, there's just about 3 minutes versus some people take longer than that. But I can usually tell 3 to 5 minutes where I need to place each person, and I could be at a table full of people. And you just get used to it, and you narrow it down, and then you go through what doctors and specialists they see, how many times a year they see them, what's been going on the last year in their health, all their medications. What do you do? Do you travel? Do you have another home somewhere else? There's a lot of things going on. And we just go from that premise.
If somebody's interested in getting in contact with you and they're not too sure about what they have when it comes to insurance packages, how do they get in contact with you?
They can call. We are local, even though we have statewide clients, and some of my agents are multiple state licensed. So if you need help in another state, you can obviously let us know by calling 941-792-5511. That's 5511. You can also reach us at the website. The main website is www.saveonmyinsurance.com.
Now, I know that you take care of elderly people who are veterans. What is the main case? What's one of the most common cases that you find and where you have been able to help our veterans?
One of my agents worked for the VA and served in the Navy herself, so she was able to share some things, and we discovered there's definitely a hole that's full of holes, but this particular area of how they get their care isn't quite there. So instead of waiting to see their doctor at the VA, or maybe not get all their medications covered.
Or surgeries. Or be afraid of not scheduling a surgery or a procedure because they're afraid that they're not covered, right?
It could be in some cases. So we have plans available that the veterans can get on that are disabled, and guess what? They have the best of both worlds. They can still use the VA. They have choices. I have Mr. Reed was a very close client of mine for many years, and he's since passed. He was on the Army Airborne Unit, I think,
Yes.
like Green Berets, but he got injured in a parachute jump, and he could barely walk, let alone get to the door. It took him like 5 minutes, and he was so disabled. It was so sad, but he had gotten one of these plans with me, and it allowed him to get the home health care he needed. Nice. Unlimited visits. Wow. He had hearing aid coverage. He can get 2 state-of-the-art hearing aids a year on these certain plans. He had gym membership, not that he could use it, the
Wow.
dental, the vision.
Wow.
You know, and the medications were included, so if he couldn't get a brand name medication covered at the VA, he could get it covered this way. And he could see any other specialist that he couldn't see at the VA. And you know, that goes a long way. Some plans even include transportation and home meals and emergency response systems for people that need them, such as on low income or Medicaid even.
Wonderful. You know what? If you don't know this, you just miss out, right?
You don't know what to know if you don't know.
There you go. Listen, I like that. I have heard, a little birdie told me something about you being a rock star in Nashville. Tell us about Nashville. I see. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I did have a short stint up there. I was an independent recording artist on a contract with an independent label. They had some financial difficulties, so I came back home and went right back into what I know, and that's business, helping people doing this. Yes. So it was a good experience. It was tough, but I'm more of a soulful person, and I'm not too country singing, so it wasn't the perfect fit anyways.
Well, we might need to work on some salsa tunes.
Oh, I can, yeah. And my husband speaks Spanish. I can get a little.
I met him. That's a cool kid. And you know, we'll have him here, I don't know, probably for our next show, but it would be nice and fun to have you back again.
That'd be great.
I'm so happy that we did this together. I love, you know, you're so charismatic. You're a person who's working with the patients from beginning to end, and also you're a loving person to the people who are around you. Carol, she loves you. Like,
they're family. She's like my mom, my other mom.
Wow.
And Larry, too.
She's
not mom,
very artistic. She is also an amazing designer. Her hair is always impeccable. I just want to be like you. I love her. So I want to thank you for coming again. And guys, do not go anywhere. We will be right back. So stay tuned with Tanny D TV Magazine. Yay! Great job. Great job. Great job. Sabroso. Vamos, vamos.
Encima.
Con Tanny D.
Y el negro caliente.